All right, we are now reconvened. Next item on the agenda is going to be the 4-H and FFA request. We probably need everyone, well, yeah, come on. You have one spokesperson, is everyone, just one? Okay.
Introduce yourself.
I'm Tate Cooley, and we're representing the 4-H and FFA. We show at the South Livestock Show, which is a big show in the South where everybody from like the southern part of Utah comes in, shows their animals. So it's a pretty big show if you go to in the South. So, thank you for your past donations. We know you've given a lot over the last couple of years, and we appreciate it. It goes a long way for kids who, sometimes kids don't get a big crowd to buy their animals, and it means a lot to have that support from the county to buy their animals. We'd like a donation this year to help with our kids down there in the show. The numbers of the show have grown recently, and we have 46 animals being shown in the Southwest Livestock Show.
How many animals?
126. And for our, we were going to do a cleanup tomorrow at the fairgrounds at 4 to earn our donation from you guys, if you're willing to give us one.
Okay.
We might need 2 cleanups. One before and one after the fair.
Oh, yeah.
Anything else?
No, I think that's everything.
Could we have each of the kids just stand up and tell them their name and their project they're going to show?
Sure.
You guys can just stand up where you are.
Or they can come line up.
They can line up.
I can take a picture of
Come
them.
up there.
Come on up.
They probably just signed.
Did you have them sign in, Mark?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Make sure you sign in, because we got to have you on the roll call.
Tell us your names and
Shorter kids in the front, come on up.
tell us who your
Don't be
parents
shy.
are.
Don't be shy.
Names and parents.
Okay.
I guess I'll start. My parents are Amanda and Jeremiah Cooley from Minersville, and I'm showing the land.
Perfect.
My name's Karen Coulson, parents are Lonnie and Heidi Olson, and I'm showing a steer and a pig.
My name's Allie Wilden, my parents are Shonda Wilden and Mitch Wilden, and I'm showing a goat.
My parents are Jeremy and Smith, and I'm pregnant and I'm showing a ram. My parents are Lonnie and Heidi Olson, my name is Tenzin and I'm showing a pig and a lamb. My name is Emma Smith and my parents are Jared Smith and Mariah Smith, and I'm showing a pig and a lamb.
My name is Dora Wilden, and my parents are Shonda Wilden and Mitch Wilden, and I'm showing a goat.
My name is Cole Moffitt, and my parents are Matt and Emily Moffitt, and I'm showing the land. My name is Caleb, and my parents are Matt and Emily Moffitt, and I'm also showing the land.
My name is Taylor Moffett, my parents are Matt and Emily Moffett, I'm also showing the land. My name is Sheila Smith, my parents are Red Mullis, and I'm showing the land.
My name is Brandon Smith, my parents are Ryan and Matt Smith, and I'm showing the land.
My name is Joshua, my parents are Jim and Malcolm Webb, and I'm showing 2 lambs in this field.
My name is Max Moffett, and my parents are Matt and Emily Moffett, and I'm showing the land.
Awesome.
Good job, guys.
You
Thanks for
kind
being
of had a
here.
busy summer then. Are your lambs and your steers and your pigs all broke to leave? Are they gentle? Nope. At least somebody was honest.
Good job. Thanks for being here.
Well, we need your help on on the cleanup. It's a big job to clean the fairgrounds, and so we really do appreciate your help. We love giving you money. It's a good program at the stock show, and we want you to do really good, to make yourself proud, your parents proud, and Beaver County proud. So.
I know I personally benefit every year from this, so.
Yeah, I got a freezer full.
I got a freezer full too, so thank you very much. Anyways, thank you.
Let's bring some buckles home from the Southwest Livestock Show this year. Work hard with those animals and get rewarded over there at the show. But show Iron County how it's done.
Yeah, very much.
So do you have leaders that are here with you today too?
You?
Parents.
Parents?
Parents are the leaders.
You guys want to just, you come real quick, introduce yourself too?
Yeah, I'm Cameron Whitaker, I'm the FFA advisor and acting chair at the high school.
Awesome, okay?
Mark Nelson, extension agent.
Yeah.
Heidi Olson, the tired parent.
And Allison Webb,
Thanks.
another tired parent.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, you guys are just getting tired. Here goes, right? Long, next 3 weeks?
These kids get up at 5:30 in the morning, just, my kids do anyway, just every morning, so it's not fun going to bed late.
Yeah.
Early.
No. Did you guys, so on the donation, do you know what you're asking for? I mean, what did we do last time? Do you guys remember?
You guys gave us $2,500 last time.
2,500 last time?
Yes.
Okay. All right. There's more kids this year, huh? More?
About the same.
About the same? Okay, make a motion. Go ahead.
I'll make a motion, we bump it to 3,500 this year.
I will second that motion.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Make it unanimous. 3,500, guys.
We'll ask the clerk later if we can afford it.
Well, the feed expenses and costs for these animals have definitely gone up.
Yeah.
Oh,
We appreciate
it's
that.
ridiculous,
Yeah.
yeah. I wish we could afford to buy the grand champions, but that's a little out of our price range.
Yeah. And just an FYI, so the kids that are at the clinic will clean up the fairgrounds, but after the livestock show, those kids who were not able to be there come and clean up the fair on Saturday, just to give us a little help. So we actually do have a couple opportunities so that they all can get service.
Yeah, the fairgrounds needs all the love that you can show.
Yep.
So we appreciate that.
Yes. Okay.
Thank you.
Anything else? Otherwise, best of luck.
Hey,
What?
I think you should come back and bring us trophies, like prove to us how good you did over there.
Show us those buckles.
Yeah.
There you go.
Thanks for coming on a summer day.
Yep, good luck.
One of your last summer days. Thanks, guys.
Enjoy it and tell them the summer.
Thanks, buddy. Good job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you,
Bye.
Kat. Bye, Kat. Vaughn and Teresa, I'm gonna get ahead of schedule. We're 10 minutes ahead, we're gonna stay there. So, you wanna come up?
How was the golf tournament, Teresa? Good.
Oh, there's copies.
Oh, you can get mine back then, they're probably better copies.
There's a lot of comments. I'll take an extra. Absolutely. Yes, you're both stood up. All right. Probably just for the record, Teresa, just introduce your team. Go ahead. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Teresa Wood. I'm the director of the Beaver and Barfield County Children's Justice Centers.
Okay. What you got for us today? Go ahead.
All right, we have received our contract from the state. So this is what the state is putting into the Children's Justice Center for plan year 2025. And so we're just coming to get it approved through the commission and that's about it,
So do you have separate contracts with Garfield? Like,
No, so this is, it's for both.
It's for
Covers both.
Mhm, it covers both, yep. And so, as you can see, if you look on number 2, our 2024, allocation from the state was 164,503. And they just kind of base it on our numbers, so this year's allocation is 163,991, which is adequate to cover what our needs are. So if you want to turn the page over to.
So wait. So the current amount and the amended amount is an additional?
Yes, yeah. So if you can look at the contract period, it goes from 7 of 23 to 7 of 27, but they only put it in 1 year at a time. And so, so the first year we got the full contract, and then every year after that, until 2027, we'll get an amended contract.
So the 3 to 24, is that gonna be 1 year or is that 2 years?
So that's last year and this year combined.
Okay. Sorry, I'm a little slow, so I have to ask a lot
Let
of
me ask
questions.
Bob this question really quick.
Good question.
Up on the top, it says in Beaver County, but Garfield's involved, but does Garfield fall under Beaver County automatically?
So we're administering the Garfield CJC, so the money for Garfield runs through
Or doesn't need to list Garfield County on there at all?
Don't you have an MOU with them?
We have an MOU with
With
Garfield County. So the only thing is Beaver is our, what do you call it, Ginger?
Home base.
Fiscal agent?
Fiscal agent. And so that's why it's Beaver County, because Beaver County's our fiscal agent.
Okay.
For a while, it all ran through Iron, right?
Right.
They administered Beaver CJC. Now we're our own bosses, and we're actually administering Garfield's.
Right.
Okay.
I know there's been some discussion in the past on the mileage that we use going over to Garfield. Do we get reimbursed from Garfield on the MDT?
The state reimburses on that.
Okay. I know Garfield County at one point in time wanted to help reimburse, and I didn't know if that ever happened, or. Do they provide you?
So far, the county hasn't really had to pay anything on,
We'd love to take their money.
yeah.
If they're offering.
But the state, there's adequate budget in the state to cover my travel, so.
Okay.
If it's still agreeable for me to use the county vehicle, and the way that
Well,
we're doing
I
it.
think the point is that Beaver County, like Garfield County, should be paying their share, so that we're not paying, even just the use of the vehicle or whatever is still under our,
What's the MOU?
It's still a cost.
yeah, there's
Is
still
there
a
a cost
cost.
share for anything that's listed in the?
No, the only MOU we have is like our MVP MOU
Mhm.
through the county. So we don't have
But it
anything-
seems like they provided a building and we paid utilities on that though.
In Garfield County?
Like it all, because we're the fiscal agent, we paid, like they haven't paid.
So,
Good call.
Painwish City has
Provided.
provided the building, and they don't charge us for, electricity, or,
But
yeah.
we do pay for the.
But we
the
pay
internet.
what we pay for
I'm trying to think.
is the security system and the internet over there. Yeah. And Beaver County doesn't pay for that, the state pays for that, but it just goes through
It's
the
just
county.
coming through this money.
Mhm. Yeah.
More flow through.
Right.
All right.
Right.
I mean, what Beaver County pays for is just what's at the auxiliary building, the CJC, like that facility, we pay some of those expenses, but
So,
you would pay it.
yeah, so Beaver County pays for Jan to clean the building and the,
Furnishes the office.
Furnishes.
The power,
Yeah.
we pay for the
mhm,
power.
the power, and then like, I think
And
the county pays for like the paper towels and toilet paper,
Yeah, the janitorial supplies.
janitorial supplies,
We pay for
Don't we-
somebody to come and mow
Don't we
the
pay for the
lawn.
dumpsters
and
too?
mow the lawn,
Or your garbage pickup, don't we do the garbage pickup?
and garbage
Yeah.
pickup, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So, and that's great, because that shows the state that the county is invested in the CJC, it shows the contribution from the county, without it being like an actual dollar amount, it shows that.
In
that-
kind, kind of.
Yeah, that
In
we're
kind kind of
partners,
thing,
right?
that we're
We've
partners,
got
and
skin in
then,
the game.
yeah, and in exchange, the state gives us this contract amount that we can use for the CJC that the county doesn't have to pay for, so
Yeah.
it's a really good,
No,
it's really good
deal.
marriage.
It's a good deal. I
Yes.
just started a clarification on the money and the thing.
And this money's broken out on that second page over here, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I didn't read that far.
Well, it's just,
Yeah, and it's really similar to what it was last year. We have a little less in, contracted services with therapists, just because Beaver County, like I talked about last time, is so amazing and has therapy services through the schools. They have lots of grants that they are able to use, so we haven't had to outsource a lot of mental health counseling, which is great because it's available in other ways that don't cost the children any money. But we do some contracted services for that, so I did need to put some money into that budget.
Looks good to me. You need a motion? Okay, I'll make a motion that we, sign the contract amendment with the state of Utah.
I'll second that motion.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Ann. Thanks, Teresa.
Awesome, thank you guys.
Thank you.
You always do a good job, and you know we appreciate you.
Thank you, and I'm always gonna try and do my best.
We have all the faith in the world with you. Sorry, the numbers keep going up, but
Yeah, it's tough, but we're glad that people are reporting and that people are getting help, because it's not, the things that are going on aren't new, you know that, so.
no.
All right.
More aware. Hopefully we get the building straightened out here shortly.
Oh, yeah, do we have a moment that we can discuss that today, or are we too short on time?
No, we have a moment.
We're not sure.
30-second update, just.
Just a 30-second update,
You got one 30
if you guys can let me know where the county is at as far as the building. I did request funds again from the state to pay for the, CJC portion for the remodel, and I just used the numbers off of it that we got from Hunt Construction. That was the one and only bid that we received. It was $96,000, and the state said that, they haven't given me a total dollar amount, but they said that they'd be willing to support the remodel. So if we can move forward as quickly as possible on the, getting the roof done, or if you guys can tell me if we can start like the demolition portion of it even without the roof being done, or kind of.
Not demolition, more gutting the.
Gutting the inside is what I
Yeah.
mean, not demolition work, but yeah, just gutting the inside and getting
Demolition
it
sounds
ready
more
for.
fun.
I know, sounds like.
Part of it will be
all of it.
demolished.
Yeah,
The what?
Part of it will be demolished, probably.
not the weight bearing.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever you guys decide, and then let me know as soon as we get the go-ahead to award a bid, for the
Remodel.
remodel. Because we'd like to get started on that as soon as possible.
So that 96,000 included the addition in the back? that you
Yes,
were-
yes, that's what we're talking about, the addition in the back, yep.
Last I checked, and it's been a while since we've talked about it, but it seems like we were concerned about the engineer bid to us, and so we were bidding out engineers. Is that still where we are?
So I talked to Kendall yesterday, she brought it up, she brought up the old hospital, so now we get to talk about that for a minute.
Okay.
I talked to Kendall yesterday, and I told him until we have a clear direction of where we want to go, there's no reason to spend a whole bunch of money on engineering. But Teresa mentioned maybe going in and putting on the new roof, and then at least cleaning out the building, stripping it down, getting rid of the asbestos,
Right.
and then that'll give us some time to figure out what we want to put in that building and where to put that building. We don't need engineering for that. We don't want to tear out any walls. We do need engineering to make sure we don't tear out any load-bearing walls like you mentioned. And then the electrical and any HVAC, but I don't know that there's any HVAC in the walls. I believe it's all through the ceiling.
The real urgent need is the roof,
Yes.
and we don't necessarily need engineering for the roof, we can just fix the roof.
And with the remodel part, it was up in the air whether it was going to need engineering or not. There is that one wall between the, like, we need to expand the conference rooms to a bigger space, so there's a wall, a half wall in between there.
Okay.
That we need to look at, but, we had Kyle look at it, and he said it would be something that, I believe he said when construction came in, they would know whether it needed engineering or not.
Okay.
So that's where we were at on that.
If you guys are okay, I can talk to Kyle and then get a plan together for a roof. But when we do the roof, we've got to do the drainage at the same time. And I don't think we start anything else until that portion of it is good. And then it's a dry building. And then we can
Yeah, then we can.
go
remodel
forward
the-
with taking the stuff out of the
Yeah.
inside and not having any more water damage.
That water damage, I mean, it worries me for the people that are in the building too, with, you know, the concern for, with the rain making, concern for mold and whatnot, so.
One point there was talk about getting the new roof on before the snow fell, is that still feasible?
I think it's still possible. If I talk to Tyler and Kyle and move forward with that, if you guys are okay.
Yeah, that's good.
Right, I will
I really like
put that on my list, will you?
Okay.
All right.
that. New roof.
Okay, I'll go forward with that, and then after we get that on, then we can clear out the building. And then I think we all just sit down and try to map out what we want in the building and where to put it, and then we have engineering done after that. And Kendall agreed with that, that was a good, he thought that was a good idea, not to go in and just kind of blanket engineer it when we don't really have an end goal in mind.
Idea of what we're gonna do. But the new roof clears you for the,
For
addition
our.
To move forward with your
To
part
move
of it.
forward, yeah,
With your
that would be
revisions.
great, because we're ready.
Okay,
beautiful.
all right, I will meet with those guys and we'll make the plan, we'll have an update for next meeting.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Okay.
This is fantastic.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
you guys, you're wonderful, appreciate you.
Just one other question, just let me know about that golf next time, because I want to
I know.
participate probably.
Okay, I will definitely.
Thank you. No, wow, my fingers,
I'm really good at driving the golf cart.
You gotta have a team, right? You know, that like different businesses sponsor teams.
Oh.
Yeah, I can go to my own
We
team.
should have a county team.
We should.
All drive us.
No, that would be me.
Don't rely on us to hit the ball.
I was gonna say, you don't get to swinging. We all ride in the golf cart. How many golfers we have?
How big a golf cart can we get?
I only hold two, yeah.
I'm not a caravan.
I've never taken golf lessons.
Maybe we'll just take an OHV out on the course and be cute.
Wait, throw the golf ball, do we have to?
Wade's like, I'm not doing a county, I'll do
Pack the gloves and throw the ball.
Never mind, never mind.
Leave us out of it, Wade.
You just can't take people to a golf course.
I'll
Okay.
stay with you, Commissioner, next year.
Yeah.
There you go.
We'll find a couple of other.
Listen, I have time to learn, that's what I'm here.
You want some
Here to
qualified
learn.
golfers?
I don't play well, right, but I
It-
just know how to play.
It's for the kids.
I mean, it is for a good cause, but I would like to win.
You're not gonna win if
I think my son-in-law was up there playing.
Jen, I have a nephew that's a pro, we'll get him over here.
There we go.
Oh,
See?
that's right, Jordan, or not
Casey.
Casey.
Yeah.
Does he still in St. George? or-
In Delta, he
He's
runs
back
golf
in
course
Delta?
in Delta.
All right, well, we got just a few minutes for our public hearing. Virginia, do you have anything else for a minute? Counselor?
No, thank you.
And get her up in and out.
We can. Jen?
I have nothing for the commission.
Presley?
She's so happy to be here.
Pretty sure, nothing for us today.
Okay, off the record, we'll have some questions.
Yeah, off the record.
Okay. Mr. Yarman?
No, I think I gave all mine, thank you.
Mr. Pearson, anything else?
No, I've taken enough time.
Okay, let's move forward with this, and we'll just bump the schedule to our 10:15 meeting.
Okay, I'll get out of your hair and you can start your public hearing. I
You
just
got
wanted
some place
to.
be too, don't you? So
You what?
You got a place to be too, so.
Yeah, yep, this is good for me, I got plenty. I wanted to ratify 4 new hires today. We hired Weston Bradshaw as the appraiser training in Trent Brown's office. We hired Bo Reese and Wes Marshall in the corrections department.
Who's the other one?
Bo Reese and Wes Marshall. Wes Marshall worked for us before.
Oh, I know
And
Wes.
he's come back to us, so
He did.
we're tickled to have Wes back in our corrections department. And then, of course, Ms. Presley Jensen, as the commission secretary and billing clerk. So those are our most.
That's the title.
That's the title, commission secretary and billing clerk.
He was trying to introduce her in the beginning.
And I was on another.
No, you're fine.
Yeah, so I didn't get the text, so.
That's what it is, right?
That's what it is. That's what I put in my email signature line, but I was like, I'm not 100% sure.
So they'll get her a nameplate ordered.
Yeah.
Ginger, is that something that you and Tracy typically do?
Just let us know how the name is, what the title is, and we can do that.
I was gonna send out an email later today to the department director
Yeah.
to get her email address out to everybody
Yeah.
so that we can
They
start
have-
planning for next commission meeting.
Yep. Let's get her announced if you want. I'm fine with that. Where you set the commission agenda and stuff, that would be good if you wanted to say, this is who your contact's gonna be.
Perfect.
That's great. Okay. So those are our most recent hires in the county.
They've all started, right?
They've all started, they've all started working for us. We, still have open positions. We pretty much always have open positions in our corrections department, with movement that we have going on out there, pulling, some out to go LEO certified, and, you know, so we usually always have a little room back there. They're managing really well, seem to be functioning really well. Always down one or two guys, but, we do
Maintenance
receive.
guy too.
What's that?
Is there a maintenance position?
We have a maintenance position open, we have a maintenance position open, and we also have, positions open in our Milford and our Beaver Road shed. So, we are preparing to do interviews for the building department. Yep, we're preparing to do interviews, for the building department. We'll probably do those this week if we can get it all put together. We're just finalizing that right now, so. Hopefully we'll have a hire in there, and then we'll keep working on the others.
Good deal.
Okay.
It's always, you have job security in what you're doing for yourself, but you're always looking for.
We're always looking for new employees, and that's job security for me. I wish that I didn't have that kind of job security. I'd love to get these positions filled. I think there's other job security that would be better. So we'll work hard on continuing this. I plan to probably throw an ad out in the paper, just because that seems to generate some local interest. We do that once in a while when we have some open positions that haven't been filled. And so we did it about a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, so I think it wouldn't hurt to do that one more time, just to see if we can generate a little bit more activity on these couple of
We
jobs.
still have
that need to get filled.
downstairs too, right, for, in Cindy's office.
Yeah, that's the building department, one that we're.
Oh,
gonna
that's the
interview.
building
Yeah,
department,
we have, I think, 4 or 5 that we're gonna interview this week,
Okay.
is the plan, so,
All right,
yeah. So hopefully we'll get that one filled and then go
Great.
from there.
okay,
Okay.
perfect. Thank you, good luck.
Anything else for Heidi? Otherwise, I'll entertain a motion to ratify these hires.
I'll make a motion, we ratify the new hires.
Okay.
Second that.
Perfect, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
Heidi,
you.
we appreciate it very much. We probably have to wait till 10:45 to start public hearing, so.
Take a break.
Another one?
Take a 5-minute break. I can always use a break.
5-minute break? It is.
Okay.
Since we're already all caught up and.
Jenna sent that resolution.
I would
Because I
just-
thought it would be easier to display, I don't.
I was gonna ask you if you wanted me to throw it up on the screen.
It's up to you, I didn't know
Probably
finish
a good
numbers,
idea.
that's why I didn't.
I printed a hard copy when it passed this way, I figured you were probably prepared.
Is this the budget?
This is the budget. This is next reading.
So did we,
I printed this one.
Yeah. So this is the grand total, these
you
are.
did fix,
Yeah, 'cause I made
you
the
can put
memo.
that in for this, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can do that.
Yes.
Yeah. There's one.
So, we need this.
Sure.
Sure. I just would rather do it once than twice. If I can do it
Me
twice.
too, me too.
We can do it twice, but I would much rather just do it once.
I'm not interested in doing it twice.
It just weighs the public out too much. They don't understand that sometimes things happen and you don't.
You can't see into the future?
No, I wish I had a crystal ball. I would love to have a crystal ball, but I don't have one. Nobody does.
So the end of the building. The old hospital.
I like that.
Do that, council on aging.
Comfortable.
And we're all
they do things. Yeah, absolutely.
And then obviously we have more stuff that's closed ones that.
I mean, you could have some.
Well, you still got the old space.
The other one that we talked about is if women need a place to stay for the night.
Oh, yeah.
That's sort of a temporary shelter.
Yeah.
Temporary shelter. That's something we talked about.
I think if you did something like that, though, you'd have to treat it kind of like the houses, the Jubilee houses, where if you use it, you have to clean it up yourself. And you have to close the bathroom.
And you have to have limits on the durations.
Exactly.
Right, otherwise it turns into.
Right there, but I didn't get it right.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't get it.
It came up because our advocates are spending, money
They
on
are.
housing.
A lot of money.
So, I guess it's okay. Right. But on the other hand, maybe we could do something better.
I didn't share with you, and I don't know if.
We good on that?
I'm in harm's way, if I, you know, I'm going to.
Whereas with a hotel, it could be any hotel.
Well, yeah, but if you need a freezer, I can do it too. Are we putting them?
Yeah, it knows that, this is the county's emergency shelter.
Yeah.
This is what they do now.
We got them for a 0% increase this year.
Yeah, I think that's a valid concern, it's a safety issue. We better off just kind of shuffling them around in different hotels for safety purposes. Yeah, that's a good question. I know there's been a little bit of resistance from CGC and stuff. They don't like the idea of that. Yeah, they're more worried about perpetrators coming to the homes, right? It's kind of along the lines of your thing.
It's a high percentage. It's, there's a risk that they pull out.
Yeah, so I think that idea is maybe a little more long-term, maybe a little more down the line. Yeah, I thought that was really higher. I feel like that's a bigger deal. Maybe like an extension of the sentence.
Back in the group.
Something like that would help. Thank you. Yeah, kind of. This one I can do away. Safety and my word because it turned into a great house.
I told them to do it.
Mine, hotel sent a clear message.
I don't know why I didn't do that.
Put them at the hotel for 1 night, 2 nights.
I'll get hold of him, that's fine. Well, they were actually, he's busy.
We just put it in the
Had to do
shelter.
it.
And then it's 2 weeks for free.
Figure out what businesses, how do we include what businesses?
I think we include them all, because we have to. Yeah, but still.
No, I agree.
So why are we doing everything? That was just the many fairs.
That's just a
So when everybody ran out of the bus.
You know, throw it all in together and then.
But you guys talk about what we do with the switch.
Yeah.
Except for,
Yeah, I still
it's
want
just still going cold.
Still having lawsuits.
All right,
You know, it's like, is it two?
Let's go back.
Yeah.
You're on the right. All right, we're back now, reconvened at 10:46. Next item on the agenda is going to be a public hearing and resolution for budget amendments. So I'm going to now declare we are in a public hearing and turn the time over to Ginger for a moment and then any public comment. So Ginger, if you want to go first, and then we'll have public comment if any.
I'll go first. Jen, maybe put the breakout, yeah, maybe put the breakout. That. So we've had some activity this year since we adopted the budget. One of them being we just acquired Puffer Lake. grant, and so we have to open our budget to, account for these costs. So, I'm just gonna kind of go down through and kind of explain what some of the expenses are and what some of where we're pulling it from, if that's okay with everybody. So we acquired a grant for $4,850,000, which you've heard the commission talk about from a couple of different sources, DNR and outdoor rec, I think is the two main funds that they came through. So we had to come up with $150,000 that was not of the grant for the purchase of the $5 million. So I'm just basically balancing through the capital project fund to account for that purchase. The next thing is B&C roads. All of you have traveled down Manderfield Road and think it's super swell.
35.
Yeah. Well, when it was budgeted, they told me it was 1.8, which is for our portion of it, which it actually cost $3.4 million. And so now I'm adjusting to account for that other piece of it.
So is that including or excluding what the big grant was before?
Which on...
Because we had funding for that road, right?
We had funding of 1.8. So that's what UDOT has paid us, 1.8. The difference is on the county.
Okay.
So the actual cost of that road was $3.4 million.
Right.
UDOT paying 50% of it, which left us with paying another 50%, which is the 1.8.
Okay.
So I just had to pull that out of reserve, put it in so that we could catch up for the expenses we paid out for that project. The next thing, I'm going to do a few general fund expenses that came into play after we adopted the budget. One of them being ITAC. ITAC is a program, which one you probably know what the acronym is better than I do, but it's infant children something through the Attorney General's office, and Lonnie Laws is the ITAC officer that's been assigned.
Internet crimes against children.
That's it. I knew it was children's crimes. Anyways, we were not part of the task force. We are now part of the task force, which the Attorney General's office actually provides the grant. So this $18,175 is paying for some equipment, like laptops, some training, some ITAC hours, things that the grant is reimbursing the county for those expenses, and I felt like we needed to account for that. The next thing is PILT. So we were able to, fortunately, acquire an extra $86,673 in PILT money. For those that don't know what PILT is, it's payment in lieu of taxes. We have 77% public land in our county, so...
But this is specifically BLM.
True.
So that'd be 67%.
67%. Well, we get kind of a proposed amount, and it actually was a little bit more, so, which helps with the deficit with the other things I'm going to talk about. So you heard that we hired an assessor trainee, which was required by law, which is Weston Bradshaw, so I'm adjusting for wages for the rest of the year. Also, interest is quite nice right now, so I'm going to adjust the interest income by about $41,000 to offset some of these wages and benefits that we're acquiring. GIS, we've decided Sandy White has been doing a project for us for mapping to get our maps and all of our things up to date. We decided to bring her on full time to kind of prelude for when the time comes, which in a couple of years that Kevin would like to retire. So we brought her on as a full-time employee. And then you heard that we're trying to hire for a maintenance position. We have a couple there that will probably be retiring in a couple of years too, so we're trying to plan for the future. The next thing is general fund. Council on Aging is, part of their funding comes through 5 counties, and they have a budget, and at the end of their fiscal, sometimes they have an extra amount and which helps buy equipment. They did this year, and so Sheila was able to acquire some small appliance equipment for Milford, Beaver, and not in Minor, just Milford and Beaver. And so I'm just adjusting to catch up with what White County was able to provide for her. The next one is, as you know, Judge Cox retired as Milford judge, and Judge Bradshaw is covering Milford, but we did some shifting around, and Susan Netto retired, and we shifted Trish Wunderlich from the assessor's office, which she was doing personal property, to do personal property in the Milford admin, because she knew motor vehicle, and it just made a whole lot of sense to do that. So we shifted around, and now Misty Rose is covering the JP court 6 hours a week, I think. Am I right?
I think so.
Yeah. So this, we're just adjusting, because she was a 20-hour-a-week employee, I believe, and is going up to 32. So I'm just adjusting wages and benefits for that adjustment. The next item is I have a surplus in general fund that I would like to push over to the capital projects fund to help aid in these projects that we are going to be getting into with the old hospital in Beaver and probably Milford too.
Got it.
So I just can foresee something happening between now and the end of the year that I'm being proactive versus reactive.
Like a new roof.
Like a new roof. Yeah. Yeah. Do you have any questions? Do you have any questions as I'm going? I know I'm kind of rolling through this pretty quickly,
Like
but
a new roof, yeah.
the next thing is, so the road department, shouldn't say that. Service District 7 gets SRS money that has been purchasing equipment for the road department. It is the road service district. And we got caught 2 years ago, I think, on our audit for not making a pass-through when they gift, because the service district purchases the equipment, then gifts it to the county. We put it on our books as an asset. We insure it, do all the things, and we were not doing that because the service district was not doing their budget and accounting for it. They are now. And so this is basically just a bookkeeping entry for that gift, if that makes any sense. I've got to show it coming in, I've got to show it going out. So that's what that 226 is. The next one is, there's a little bit of a shortage in the transient room, and so I'm going to pull from restaurant and push it over to transient room to try to shore up that funding for the rest of the year. It will have additional funding that will come too, but there's a little bit of shortage that I'm concerned with. The next one is with Paylocity, which is our payroll software, they pay our taxes, our quarterlies, and also they calculate our URS, which is Utah Retirement Systems. So 4 of the files landed in 2024 that belonged to 2023, and it was after the first of the year, and so I'm making an entry to pick up those 4 files that is going to throw us off at the end of 2024. So at the end of the day, I'm adjusting $11 million. Sounds like a lot, but in the grand scheme, it's not so much. So I prepared a resolution to account for all of those adjustments. If you guys are okay with it, if you have any questions, I try to be kind of as clear as I could without giving you a big, long story.
This is very carefully thought out, Ginger.
Well,
I think it's well done.
it's a lot of moving pieces, and I hope I didn't miss anything.
But it's necessary. I mean, there's no way you can set this in stone.
Yes.
And with all the things that are wheels and cogs and
I tried to
gears
tell the end of the
and
year,
everything.
but with Upper Lake, it just created so much more.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you. But I decided I needed to do it earlier.
Just more work for Ginger.
Yeah, I know,
That's great.
it's fine.
It was getting boring around here. We
Yeah.
need to shake things up.
So.
Very well explained, thank you. Any other questions for Ginger up here?
No. Good job.
Any questions from the public?
Good job.
That was a lot. I know that was a lot.
It's good, it makes good sense to have, a little buffer. I like the fact that we're putting the money into, capital improvement,
Yeah.
because then you've got a buffer for some of the surprises and stuff that we
The
can't.
unforeseen.
But we've got a lot of buildings and stuff that they need a little TLC, so it'll be good to have that money there.
Agreed. All right, if no public comments or other questions, I'm gonna close the public hearing officially. And I will now entertain a motion to resolution number 2024-06.
I'll make that motion that we approve resolution number 2024-06, a resolution to amend the 2024 budget.
Okay,
I will second that motion.
roll call, all in favor?
Commissioner Pearson, aye?
Commissioner Yardley, aye.
Commissioner Holling said aye. Thanks, Ginger, appreciate it very much.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, next, I think that's it for the day. Next item on the agenda is gonna be a closed session for real property negotiation. I'll entertain a motion that we go into closed session. Thanks, guys, see you later.
Yep.
I'll make that motion.
Second that motion.
Commissioner
Oh.
Pearson, aye?